Have you ever just stared at a market chart and felt like you were completely guessing? Yeah, you are definitely not alone. So today, we're going to pull apart a core idea from Jake Bernstein's 30 Days to Market Mastery. It's one simple but really powerful concept that separates professional traders from gamblers: the structure of a trade.
Right off the bat, Bernstein does not pull any punches. He's saying, look, without a clear, repeatable plan, what you're doing isn't really investing. It's just a more complicated way to buy a lottery ticket. The whole point isn't to get lucky. It's to build a process you can rely on.
And that really brings us to the central dilemma for pretty much every trader. Are we just riding our luck, hoping for the best? Or can we actually build a structure to help us navigate all that chaos? And that, right there, is the fundamental question, isn't it? If we want to get beyond just pure chance, we need a framework. We need some kind of method to bring order to the madness. And that is exactly what Bernstein gives us.
So Bernstein's answer is this antidote to chaos he calls the STF method. It's super simple. It just stands for setup, trigger, and follow through. It's a three-step structure that's really designed to take the emotion and the randomness out of your trading decisions. So what does he even mean by structure? Well, think of it as your predefined plan of attack. It's all about replacing that gut feeling, that impulsive click, with a clear objective process. It gives your trading the organization it desperately needs to be consistent.
Okay, so let's break it down. Step 1 is the setup. This is a recurring pattern you learn to identify, something that looks promising. Then, step 2 is the trigger. This part is absolutely crucial. It's the specific event that confirms the setup and says, okay, this is real, it's time to act. And finally, you've got the follow-through. This is your game plan for what to do after you're in the trade, how you'll manage your risk and hopefully maximize your profit.
Now, this all sounds great in theory, but does it actually, work? Let's dive into a case study right from the book that shows how adding just one of these steps, the trigger, can completely flip the outcome of a trade.
All right, so the setup we're going to look at is called the daily reversal. It's a pretty common pattern that a lot of traders know and follow. It's basically when the market dips below the previous day's low, but then rallies back to close above the previous day's close. I mean, on the surface, that looks like a super powerful buy signal, right? But is it really?
And here's where things get really, really interesting. When this pattern was tested over a 22-year period, it won 70% of the time. I mean, that sounds amazing, doesn't it? But look closer. The total net profit was actually negative. You'd be winning constantly, and you would still be losing money. How crazy is that? This just perfectly illustrates Bernstein's point. A high win rate means absolutely nothing if the system isn't profitable in the end. Focusing on accuracy alone, that is a trap that gets so many new traders.
So what's the fix? You might be surprised. It's deceptively simple. All Bernstein does is add a trigger. So instead of jumping on the pattern the second it appears, the system now waits for a second confirming event to happen. The setup is exactly the same. We've just added one simple rule for when to get in.
And would you just look at the difference? Wow. With that one simple trigger, the results are completely transformed. The win rate skyrockets to over 91%, but way more importantly, a losing strategy becomes a profitable one, generating almost $80,000. That is the power of structure.
But, the STF method isn't just some clever tactic. It's really a gateway to adopting a much larger professional mindset, an entire approach that goes way beyond any single trade.
So what does that actually look like in practice? Well, it means using a mechanical system to get your own biases out of the way. It means diversifying so that you're not a hostage to any one market. It means you plan your trade and then you trade your plan. No exceptions. And this one's tough. It means having the mental strength to accept that losing streaks are just part of the game.
And this really brings us to the final and maybe the most crucial takeaway. You can have the best trading system in the entire world, but it's completely worthless without the discipline to actually execute it day in and day out. The system isn't magic, it's just a tool. So the real question this leaves us with isn't, what's the perfect system? The real question is, am I the kind of trader who can actually follow one?